Be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and citation unto the elect, and peace and citation unto all the Akim doing and pushing this word in all honesty, truth, and sincerity worldwide. Now, I want to get into this video here. This guy here, he doesn't understand the scriptures. You know, he's on here for fame. He's not no prophet. He don't know how to break down the scriptures. Okay, and even some of the brothers in the comment section were getting at him. Okay, and there's another guy in the comment section too. When you go to his page, he's, you know, a mirror of him and Vocab and G-Man and all the rest of them. You understand? They think that they are actually breaking down the scriptures right when they have no fucking clue. Now, when it came to this individual right there, you see in the video, Polite, okay, he came to the understanding of what they were saying after a while. And side nigga, okay, there was a girl that used to roll with him, Napasha, I can't remember her name, and she came to the conclusion that, you know, they were breaking down the scripture right, okay? So, you know, the problem is with these individuals, they get mad, they get butthurt, they get all emotional, and they don't realize, like, yo, this is what the Lord has commanded. You know, in this day and age and time, you men out here, you're not men. You're like fucking women. If your grandfather seen how you were acting in certain situations, he would cut you a box. Like how they say, cut him a check, cut him a box, man. What, do you got panties on or pants? Who are you, a man or a woman? You know, a lot of these situations that happen out here in this society, you guys are just way too fucking emotional like your mothers. Okay? Way too fucking emotional. And you can't stand on your own like a man. Okay? Too much simping, too much fucking dipping, you know, Queen of Heaven worship. You guys are out here all fucked up. Okay? And you got it all fucked up. You see, men in the ancient days, I remember I was thinking about this, Judah. Men of the ancient days had more integrity. They were more manly, okay? Before I get to that, actually, I can't remember the king's name. Abimelech? He was in war, and a woman hit him in his head with a rock. And he said to a young man, yo, come here and slew me, kill me. Drive that knife in me, man. Because I don't want people to hear that a woman had fucking killed me. Judah. When his son Onan and the rest of them, you know, I think it was Onan, he spilled his seed on the ground, and it displeased the Lord, and the Lord killed him too, right? So Judah, you know the story. She dressed up as a Salakia. His daughter-in-law dressed up as a prostitute, okay? Took his seed, got seed from him, did conceive, but before all of that, he had made a vow with her in some form or fashion. It was about, she said, give me of your signet and something else, and basically it was like, meet me back here, and I'm gonna get the rest of that. I'm gonna make good on my part. And when he came back, he couldn't find her, and he went to the men. And he goes, yo, where's the harlot? And they go, there's no harlot in the city. He's like, what the fuck? So he goes, yo, let me go find that harlot before shame come upon my name. And that's a harlot. Well, she wasn't a harlot, but you get what I'm saying. They were men. They stood by their word for the most part. You know how some of the stories went, but they were men. Okay? These men nowadays are too fucking emotional. And this guy right here, he's too, you could even see it on his fucking face, man. Look at his fucking face. Okay? Emotional simp. And then this guy over here, we already know how he felt. Okay? He wanted to shoot up the Bible. He wanted to make fun of the Bible. As a matter of fact, this should be an example onto you. Okay? But, anyways, let's get into this real quick. Because, you know, when it comes to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his laws, his statutes, and commandments, okay? His laws, statutes, and commandments. Bottom line, basic. That's it. You can't change it. You can't try to bend it. Okay? Scriptures tell you that. Get this real quick. These guys are too emotional, man. Way too emotional. Okay, I understand, but you're just way too emotional. And in this society, we've been beaten down. Okay? We've been taken out of our position. Okay? Like I said, you guys ain't men nowadays. You just, half a man. Half a man. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh. So whatever he has prepared, whatever he has ordained to be the way for the heathens, for us, whatever, for our cow should live and breathe, however he ordained that, however he wrote the story, that's it. You can't change it. And your emotions, you need to control that. Because emotions will get you killed. Emotions will get you fucked up. Okay? When dealing with the Lord, yeah, emotions will get you killed and fucked up. So, going back into this, his laws, his statutes, and commandments. We don't teach you to do that. We don't teach you to run up on people and be like, yo, give me, she bust her flower yet? All right. How old is she? 12? All right, give me that, yo. Arrange a marriage. Those are things of the old days, man, where people were like, first of all, this thing was arranged in a sense. The father would be looking and say, hey, your son's about 15 now, 16, 17, I see he's got a job, I see he's working, I see he's, my daughter's coming of age soon. You think perhaps, you might want to marry my daughter, man? Because imagine you think of a man back in the ancient days that had a good reputation, a good name, right? He may have been 20, 40. Yeah, that's right. He may have been 20, 40. Shit, even 60, okay? And he has a good reputation and a good name. And you got to think to yourself, these men in the town, wherever it may be, they're saying to themselves, man, this is one that respects God, that fears God. He has a well reputation. The man takes care of all that is his. You always see his, the women. His women are always taken care of. They have their houses. Everything is under control. You know what I'm saying? Man, it'd be a joy for me to marry off my daughter to this guy, because I know, for one, he's a man that fears Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And the scriptures tell you that if one who don't work to support your family, you're worse than an infidel. Okay? Is as an infidel, unbeliever. So you're analyzing the situation as a prudent man, as a man also who feared Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and you would say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to marry my daughter off to this individual. She could have been 12. She could have been fucking 13, whatever it was. As long as she, in the sight of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, came to age as a woman, passed her flower, had her period, that's it. She's a young woman. She's ready to give birth to babies, man. And these simple-ass jakes don't understand the rules, the law, statutes, and commandments of what the Lord had laid down. These other nations, they're out there doing all type of odious, heinous things. This is why the Lord told us don't mingle ourselves and corrupt ourselves with these people. Because they're all involved in, you know what I mean, okay? The real pedos, okay? The real PDFs. They're involved in those type of things. Sacrificing babies onto Moloch and whatnot. And doing other things with, younger ones, okay? And we don't teach you to do none of those things, all right? Well, we're telling you what is happening and explaining what is happening in the scriptures in that situation, in that event. You guys get all butthurt, you get hurt, you get all confused. Because in this society, they know anytime you want to defame somebody, or anytime you want to attack somebody and make a group of people hate that person, is called character assassination. All you gotta say is something like that. All you gotta say is something about women. This guy disdains women. Or this guy, I heard that this guy teaches, that you should be like Drake. I heard this guy say it, So right away the Simps, my sister, my mother, my aunt, right away that's what goes into their head. I mean, we don't teach you to abuse women. Scriptures clearly tell you that a man should treat his wife as his own body. What does that mean, huh? Fucking people, man. But anyways, we don't teach you to do that. He was explaining what is happening in those events, in those situations. Okay? And the scriptures tell you, 1 Peter chapter 3 and 15, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, in your mind, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of hope that is in you, with meekness and fear. So that's what the apostles were doing. Starting with the apostle the Tahar and Gabar. They were giving them the breakdown on what's going on. Okay, what is up? Simple and plain. Then everybody took it and ran with it 7, 8 different ways. And from those 7, 8 different ways, guess what? Multiplied 49 different ways, 64 different ways. You get what I'm saying? 63 different ways. There's that thing called broken telephone. That's exactly what happened. People took it, they ran with it, they heard somebody say a portion of it, and they added to it and this and that. Now all of a sudden, this is what these people are out there saying. Oh, they teach this stuff, Yeah, I heard a guy say that they teach this. Yup. Fools, man. Because the scriptures tell you to clearly analyze, inspect what you're hearing first, man. And then answer. Okay? So this is what the apostle elder was doing. Okay, he was being ready to give an answer to every man that asked you. And they had a problem with it. You know why? Because their butt hurt. Okay? But in the ancient days, let me get that real quick. Sirach 42. This is why men looked over their daughters in such a care, because they knew that, these things were liable to happen. And in these situations, this is where the law, statutes, and commandments apply. You're not wild like these other nations, not knowing what to do. Pick up a rock and go kill the guy or rob the guy and then, or commit some sort of act onto his, It's confusion. It's not right? Anyways, Sirach chapter 42 and verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taken away sleep. Yeah, so when she's out, this man can't rest until his daughter is inside the house. I know the feeling, okay? Because in your mind, you're thinking, what's she out there doing with it? What kind of things she getting herself involved in? And you grew up in society, and you see what goes on TV and social media and whatnot, right? When she is young, least she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, least she should be hated. In her virginity, least she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. And that's also a shame. Tells you that a man would leave his parents to cleave to his woman, right? And they should be one, right? You think that man's living in his father's house? No, you get out. You go work. You get your own place. And that's where your wife should be. okay? Not pregnant inside of her father's house. That's a disrespect to the father, you know? That's a disrespect to the father. And on top of that, too, it's a shameful act, okay? Because really, like I said, when a daughter gets married, she's supposed to leave. They're supposed to join as one. And then she's supposed to be living under the roof with her husband, okay? Continuing and having a husband, at least she should misbehave. And having a husband. Let me roll this up for a second, real quick, y'all, because I can't hear. Continuing and having a husband, least she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, least she be barren. Keep, what does it say? Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Because why? She's gonna be out there under every every tree. Let me say it like that, okay? And that's why there was rules set up. It's called laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? There's laws, statutes, and commandments set up, so we're not like these other nations. We don't go off like these other nations. And that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. He separated us from these nations. But going back into that, the father, knowing the laws, statutes, and commandments, would keep a diligent watch over his daughter. Because he didn't want his daughter going out there, getting pregnant, coming back into the house, bringing shame onto the house, as it says, being a laughing stock to thy enemies and a byword in the city. What do you think happened to us now? All these nations are laughing at us because of the condition that our women are in. This is something that's written in Lamentations. Lamentation chapter 2, 15 and 16. So let's go into another, let's go to Leviticus. Leviticus clearly tells us that these laws, statutes, commandments will be kept by us. Let's go to Leviticus 22. Start from 22. Leviticus 20 and 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them in the land whither I bring you to dwell therein. Spew you not out. See, these other nations, they weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? We were given the law, statutes, and commandments. They weren't given no law, statutes, and commandments. That's why you find them eating pork, keeping up on all types of manner of wickedness. Okay? Doing all types of nastiness with kids and shit like that. Okay? Scriptures clearly tell you, like I said, when she reaches that flower of her age, she becomes a woman. Okay? When she has her period, she becomes a woman. She's just a young woman. All right? And the scriptures tell you, by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that when a man goes in onto a woman, that's marriage. Even the Zondervan will tell you that. Sex is marriage. And the first time you only have sex once, because when you split it, that's it. That's the act of sex, which is the act of marriage. But a lot of you individuals will try to argue with that. Hey, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord. So this wasn't a thing about pleasure. Obviously pleasure comes with it. But this wasn't a thing of pleasure. This was making family, being established, getting established, keeping those laws, statutes, commandments onto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? This is more than just a feeling, Just like you 2/3 niggas, you got feelings. You're caught up in your feelings, your emotions. Okay? So when we tell you the truth about what a situation is in the scriptures, how Yahweh Shem Yahushai wants it, you guys get all emotional, butthurt. Okay? So Lord here is saying, keep all my statutes and keep all my judgments and do them. Okay? So that's on to us. That's not on to these other nations. So how a man would act toward a woman, if it was outside the law, there was penalties There's penalties to be paid. Like I said, we ain't some wild bush monkeys. We ain't like these heathens. We have a correct way to behave, act, carry ourselves, conduct ourselves. Okay? So anyways, and you shall not walk in the manners of the nations which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. What did they commit? They were popping young girls before before they came to their, the flower of the age, man. Before they had their, period. Okay? So you can understand. And they were popping them. These other nations were doing that shit. Esau loves to do that shit. You know how Esau is. And in the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's not right. Okay? She's not a woman yet. I don't care if she's fucking 15, 16, 17, 18. You didn't pop? You didn't bleed yet? Hey, that's a signal from the Lord telling us you ain't no woman. You don't have the ability to have a child yet. Okay? Because like I said, this wasn't set up about, when you really reality here, this wasn't really set up about pleasure. Okay? It's a way how for us to conduct ourselves in life. How to carry ourselves before Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So we don't be like these other nations. Okay? So those were the manners of things that they were doing also as well. Okay? But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit the land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your power, which I have separated you from other people. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. Right, so that's why we don't eat those unclean beasts and, keep up in the manners of these nations doing those type of things with these animals and all. We don't keep up in those things because the law, statutes, commandments were given unto us. And it can be found written in the law, statutes, commandments, as it's written here, that we shouldn't be eating no unclean animals. Okay? So this is a custom. This is the way for us to walk. Okay? This is beyond, just, it's the Bible, it's just written words. And no, man. This is the way we live. Okay? This is the manner that we shall carry ourselves. All right? And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. Right. So you see, we're not as these other nations. These other nations, they keep up in those manner of things, because the Lord didn't choose them. He didn't take hold of them and say, yeah, you be mine. And I got laws, statutes, commandments for you. The only people who that was done to was us, Israel. Okay? Deuteronomy starting from chapter 4, starting from 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is it so great, who have God so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is it so great, that have statutes and judgments so righteous, as in all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligent, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. Okay? And notice it says sons, not the daughter. Emphasis is on daughter there. But anyways, going back into this. These are for us to do. This is for us to be committed to and do. Okay? This is not for these other nations. Strictly he commanded us and said that this would be our wisdom, our understanding in the sight of the nations. Okay? So a part of our, law, statutes, commandments was how to deal with situations such as that. The grape, what age, what is marriageable age, okay? Basically, when is a marriageable time for a woman, okay? All these things are in our law, statutes, commandments. But like I said, people get butthurt and, start spreading rumors, being a talebearer, and they themselves are going against the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? Second Maccabee chapter 6 and 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of God. See that? So to the Jews, he didn't say these rest of these nations and all of the rest of the people in the world. He said to us, Israelites, right? For us to depart from our law, statutes, and commandments, right? Verse 6, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or Asian feast fast, whatever, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Okay? So this is much like now. You see, the law, statutes, and commandments are geared towards us. Now that we're waking up and we're realizing that, oh, we're Israelites. Oh, we're the people of the curses. Oh, we're, now this is all becoming a big issue, big problem. You analyze everything they say. Let's how do you call it? Character assassination, these guys. When meanwhile, the scriptures tell you what they tell you, because what did the Lord say? Let's go to it real quick. Malachi 3 and 6. Lord say that he don't change. And we're reading the words that have not changed. Okay? Malachi 3 and 6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You don't change. Yahushua don't change. Hebrews 13 and 8. Yahushua the same today and yesterday. He don't change. Okay? So what he has commanded, he expects to be done. Okay? And right now, you guys can't do that because you got these stony hearts. Okay? Ezekiel 36. 24. Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take from you, 26. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. So you see that? Right now, individuals got a stony heart. Okay? That's why you see that you're more emotional than actually being spiritual and understanding what the Lord has commanded for us to do. Okay? This is the manner that we should be walking, and we have these laws, statutes, commandments for a reason. So when situations arise, we can go to the laws, statutes, commandments, and we can pass judgment properly in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Romans 15 and 4, written aforetime for what? For our learning. So anyways, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Okay? So in that day, when, all of this is taken down and you're in the kingdom, you ain't going to be like, hey, man, I ain't marrying her. She looks a little too young, or she don't look to my standards. Right now, you're not thinking with the standards of the Asian. Right now, you're not thinking with the standards of how you and your forefathers walked. Right now, you're thinking with the standards of the enemy. Okay? That's the standards that you're thinking with. You're not thinking right. All right? Because if Esau had to enforce this, right? If Esau had kept to the law, statutes, and commandments when it came to things like this, and actually, to tell you the truth, when you go back about 1981, 1970, 1960, all those times, you would see this. Oh yeah, you would see this. You just gotta type it up and you'll find out. I'm not gonna name no names, even Elvis, all these people. Okay? Go back a couple hundred, not a couple hundred, 50s, 60s, 80s. Don't believe me? Check it out. Okay? And as society got more liberal, these things start to change. And you know what the liberals bring in. Okay? My body, it's my body, and that. Anyways. So Lord requires that which is past, man. He don't want us walking around with some girly-like spirit. He requires us to be a man. Okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And Yahweh required that which is past. Okay? So in the kingdom, we're going to have to keep these things again. Okay? Lord's not doing away with them. Oh yeah, in the kingdom, your mind going to have to be right. Or, Salakia, your mind going to be right. Because the Lord said, I'm going to take out that stony heart, rip that shit out, and I'll put that fleshly heart in. And when you go into the other scriptures, Jeremiah 31 and in Hebrews, the Lord said, I'm going to write that in your hearts. You shall keep them and not teach every man know Yahweh. Okay? But anyways, let's continue. So, going back into topic, we don't run around and teach you to do this. Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. So Esau, Edom set up, that's ordained of God. Okay? Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God. So if you're resisting, like what's his name? Theodos took a band of 400 men, tried to go against the system, and he got cut down. Because whatever the Lord set up, that's it. And whatever particular time he wants him to be set up and down, that's it. Yahweh ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay? And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Okay? When you go on down, it ties it up even better. Okay? Because Esau Edom, he's a worker on the left-hand side. He's that whooping stick. Okay? And everybody is sent forth from Yahweh to do a job. Even these other fucking nations. Being a fucking pest onto us. Being a whooping stick. Esau Edom being a whooping stick. Okay? All these people got their purpose. Right? So anyways, just like these animals. Well, why would he create pig if he didn't want you to eat pig? Pig got his purpose in the earth, man. The roaches got their purpose. Okay? Just like you fucking heathens got your purpose too. So, going back into this, and that's for us to rule over your ass. Because you need rightful rulers. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the arches in place of drawing waters, talking about them missiles, delivered from that calamity, There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh. Okay? Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. Main point, rehearse the righteous acts. Can I keep a beard? Yes. Can I keep Shabbat? Yes. Can I keep the high holy days? Yes. Can I go buy a lamb for Passover? Yes. Can I go get oil for Passover? Yes. Can I go out there on the highways and byways and preach this word? Yes. Can I walk in the ordinance of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Yes. Why do I say all this? Because these are things that we can perform. Okay, that's not clashing with the laws, going back into Romans chapter 13, right, of this society. Because let's just say I go and cut a neck of a goat in my backyard or a lamb for Passover, and people see that. They're going to call the police on my ass, and my ass is probably going to get locked up or fucked up. Okay? Bottom line, plain and simple. So there's some things that we can keep, and there's some things that we can't keep. Not all things are expedient. Okay? And that brings me into 1 Corinthians chapter 10. You see, with reasoning, you know what's up, okay? But if you're stupid, then you're dumb. Let's go to right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Okay? So in this land here, I can't, keep those things. So it's not forced on me to keep those things because I got to keep the laws of the land. Okay? Now you may say, well, that's kind of superseding the laws of Yahweh. No, because Yahweh set up this man. Go back to Romans 13. Okay? Read not just the top verse, go on to 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And then you'll understand the sense of what's going on. Now, those laws, statutes, and commandments that we can keep, which nobody will bother us, like growing a beard, keeping the Pesach, keeping the high holy days, performing our duties, keeping the scriptures, reading the scriptures, keeping my mindset towards serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai instead of serving this society. All those things, they can't take that away from me. They can't charge me for that. But what they can charge you for, hello, wink, wink, what they can charge you for is something like that, okay? Because this system, our laws, we can't keep them. You understand? This is why it says to rehearse the righteous acts. This is why it says to keep it to the best of your ability. But not all things are expedient unto me. I don't have to do that, okay? Because look, guess what's going to happen? The law system is going to come. I'm going to be delivered to the man. And next thing you know, what if you get out and you do it again? And again and again. Man, you're going to get life. Okay? So you have to be wise as what? Wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Okay? And I must say this too as well. In this society, the way that even a 23-year-old woman is thinking versus a woman that may have been 14 or 15, she may have had a more, she'd been more modest, first of all. She could cook, clean, take care of the house. She could do way more than what a fucking 23-year-old or fucking even 30-year-old can do, okay? Times were different, all right? Even the body structure is different. I always say this as a joke to some people. I go, hey, I guarantee you, a 14-year-old in the 16 or 1500s, even 1200s, has the ability or had the ability to fight a 40-year-old man in this day and age and time, and probably would give him a run for his money. So seeing that, everything becomes weaker with age, right? No fucking 12-year-old could have a baby right now properly. It'll probably kill her. Okay? Even though you hear of cases here and there, it'll probably kill her. Okay? So things are way different now in this society. Okay? Because one, we're underneath the rule of our enemy. And we can't keep our law, statutes, commandments correctly. We got to be the top rulers in order for our law, statutes, and commandments to be executed efficiently. Okay? So let me get that scripture in the NLT. 1 Corinthians 10 and 23. Yeah, kind of hits it. Actually, you know what? I should see all the other breakdowns by one person. Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Yeah, that's all right. Everything is permissible, but not everything builds up. Okay, not lawful. All things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. Yeah. All things are lawful for me, but not all things edify. Do anything, but not everything is good for you. Not do everything for sure. Yeah, that's a good one right there too. Yeah, that's another one. All things are lawful, but not all things are profitable. All things are lawful, but not all things, but all things do not build up. Yeah. Woman on license. I can't read that. Slovakia. Let me see here. Just wanted to see all these different BBE. We are free to do all things, but there are things which is not wise to do. There you go. We are free to do all things because, these things are our law, statutes, commandments, and the Lord gives us that liberty to commit ourselves to do these things, right? So we are free to do all things, right? We are free to do all things, but what? But there are things which is not wise to do, especially in this time you're under captivity of your enemy, and you can, that's jail sentence right there. We are free to do all things, but not all things are for the common good, okay? And that's it. That's where I'm going to end out, man. These individuals, they don't have the understanding. They're thinking that we're trying to make some loophole for people. We're not trying to make no loophole for the nasty, man. Okay? Because like I said, when you go and tap one of those girls who never had her period, okay, in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's against the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Now, in the law, statutes, and commandments, when this woman, has her period, okay, she's of age to bring forth children. She's a woman, but yes, she's a young woman, okay? She's of marriageable age. She's allowed to go out there and be married. And usually the father, he's not going to, the way these people think, they think wildly, okay? The father, you're bleeding now? Oh, okay, hey, So, even the mother might be like, hey, she's not too, her marbles up there right now. The other sisters, they're good off to marry. But this one, she might take a year or two to at least she brings shame onto her house. You know what I mean? And the father might be like, you're right. She need more training before she go out there and be somebody's fucking husband, So, hey, these individuals out here, they have no fucking clue, man. They're lost in the fucking sauce, all right? Lost in the sauce. And when it comes to dealing with these scriptures, man, leave it to the prophets. Leave it to the ones that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has commanded and given the spirit to do the work. Not you guys, man. You don't have the spirit to do this work. Okay? Lord didn't command you to do this. You know, and shame on you for trying to speak on our apostle elder, or both for our apostle elders that way. Okay? You didn't examine. You surely didn't examine, man. And the Lord sees us, you know. The angels report this, boom. Send it back. Hey, when I'm done this video, as a prayer, you know, or epistle, Lord put it on an angel to come down, put into my mind what to say, what to speak, Matthew chapter 10 and 20. And when I'm done the video, the angel's going to return onto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the report will be made. Hey, remember, it tells you that the souls of the just complain continually. So it's complaint and complaint after complaint about you wicked ass 2/3, man. So don't worry, this is on the desk, as they say. This will before the hour up, this will reach the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You know. Actually, when the video is done, but you know. So hey, with that, all praises, all honor, all glory. And before I say that, I must say this. We don't teach you to go out there and do that. We tell you what the law, statutes, commandments is saying. You know, if you do math, 1 + 1 = 2, then you'll know we're not telling you to go out there and do that, okay? These guys are just butthurt. They're emotional. They're not men, all right? So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation unto elect, and peace and salutation unto all the Akim, doing and pushing this work in all honesty, truth, and sincerity worldwide. And a shalom to you sincere sisters that actually do listen and follow along. So shalom Akim, Lord willing, to the next time. Wah abad babal. Shalom.